And welcome to Racing, Pacing, Chasing. It's time for the pacing segment now, Season 2, Episode 32. I'm Aaron Bain, joined by Rocky Butterworth. Welcome, mate.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. We're at the Gorlin Brossard Jockey Club. I still say it. I know you like some of our other destinations that we record from, but this is the best backdrop I think we've ever had. We always have when we come here.
Coming out here.
Shane Collins, we just keep him. You know, I reckon I reckon he enjoys staying back watching us talk a little bit of nonsense because he doesn't have to go home. He doesn't have to go and do the dishes and the cleaning and all the chores around the house.
That's right.
He's there in the background nodding. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. He does a great job though.
He does do a
letting us have the run of this facility, as does the Gawler and Kapunda Harness Racing Club.
Rumour is he's taken over Clare and Port Augusta soon too, mate.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hopefully Port Lincoln so they can get a meeting there. Yeah. Anyway, now we were supposed to have Stephen Norman on the show tonight. You told me he was coming in at 7. I rang him and he said his apology. He got
home and away.
He got too busy. No, that's me. I put it on record on Wednesday night. We got too busy with serving mares. Actually, one of our mares. So that was.
Well, that's good.
That's why he couldn't come in, Rock. You'll have to blame me. But he assures us he'll join us in the next week or two. Okay. But he is in a busy schedule at the moment with breeding season. We were going to have him on tonight to talk about Allenby Lodge and his number one sire, Major Secret. We had a little announcement to talk, but it's going to have to just shelve it for a week.
We will.
But we'll look for that in a week's time when he comes on. We just wanted to chat to him about it. And of course, Billy Threadgold and his family, Air Diffusion Agencies, our Platinum Program partner, best supporter of community sport in SA. Rocky?
Yep.
Without further ado, we better get straight into it. We have got Rumour or Humour coming up. There's some crackers in there. Leroy the Lizard, he cashed out. Has he left your premises? That's all I want to know. He's gone. I can't wait for what Leroy's got in store for the viewers. We're going to go through the Victoria Cup straight off the bat. We've got a very happy support crowd at the moment that's had a winner or two as well over the week. So they're happy, they're cheering, but and then the horses to follow, Rock. But Victoria Cup.
What a field, mate.
Is it the best we've seen?
Well, he'd have to go back a long way to the Gamelite, Popular Arm, Bag Limit, Village Kid, all these horses that you've heard probably but don't know them. And those sorts of races were regular back then, but we haven't seen the likes of this for 30 years.
There's only one missing, and we talk about Ride High. Now, what was the deal that when they clashed in the Victoria Cup, if me in the blue corner beat you in the red corner, what were you going to do? You were going to send me overseas. All right, yeah. So
Christmas.
So I'm in this race and you're out. You've bailed on us.
Yeah. So
only by fault of injury. Now, all jokes aside, I know we've had a bit of banter.
Can I pick something else?
Yeah. No, you can't. Yeah, you can, because I'm still in Lochinvar Arts corner, but I'm a front runner. It's disappointing for him not to be there, but it's sad. Something didn't look right early in the run on the last week in the Smoking Up Sprint. I thought about watching it from afar about the 12, 1300 when he came out. Yeah, he wanted to go so fast, but he didn't look 100% sound in his gait.
No.
And then at the 300, you saw him just change gait slightly. It wasn't the same horse, and there was. So have your say, but I've got one more thing to say.
Yeah, no, go.
Social media was quick to pot him.
Yeah, it was.
And he's a champion in his own right already. Like he's, and I know what you're gonna say with the clash should have happened, but people were quick to jump off the bandwagon or start, pot Emma and Clayton. How do you reckon they're feeling in this situation?
No doubt.
Possibly the Australasia's best horse at the moment. Would have gone into this race as favourite probably wherever it drew. Still, had it been at its best, it's gone amiss, and the keyboard warriors are copper giving it to them.
Yeah, well, I go way further than that, mate. Right now, this field is so good that it should be front and centre in the sports of the Sun Herald, the Advertiser, all these things, and it's not going to be. It's a field that harness racing people will acknowledge and get and buy into, but they had that absolute gilt edge opportunity. We spoke about it and you said let it happen when it happens, and it will. And a lot of other people had that opinion as well. And I just reckon when there's the chance to have two champions in a race, it doesn't happen very often. And if you wait, if you don't take matters into your own hand and say to that the two owners or the trainers or whatever, look, that prize money for that 30 grand, we'll give another 50 grand to the winner to make sure that everybody in in Australia is watching.
You
this
would have got
race.
that back tenfold over the next
And
couple
you
of
would
years.
have got it back.
Yeah.
So to me, when there's an opportunity, promote the hell out of it and don't let it go. And now it's gone.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So that's, you know, I don't,
Let's not worry about the past now. Ride High's not in it. Our thoughts are with the connections there, Emma and Clayton. But
Yep.
let's go through the current lineup. I'll go through in barrier order. We've got number 1, Balraj, John Caddo aboard. 2, Code Bailey, Jason Lee. 3, Bling It On, Kate Gath. He's had more returns than John Farnham, Bling It On, but it's great to see a horse of his calibre, you know, continuing to race at a good level.
Yep.
Lochinvar Art in barrier 4, the race favourite, David Moran. The race is somewhat played into his hands or open right up for him. It's sort of his race to lose, many are saying.
He has put a gap on them, out to play in 10 major run on, but Lochinvar, we're seeing him at close to his top. He breezes in. Lochinvar by 12 metres. What a brilliant display. Second home 10.
Outer Orlando in 5. Yet to confirm a driver when we're recording, so there's one driver yet to be confirmed. Cash and Flow, Josh Aiken, good pickup drive for him.
Yep.
The king of Mildura, you could say, but the king of swing as well. First time these two horses will clash, you know, outside of Menangle there, where they've sort of kept them apart.
Yep.
Anthony Butt takes the drive with Luke McCarthy not getting the COVID permit to travel cross-border.
Yep.
Which, probably fair enough. You would have set a precedent for other drivers to be able to do it, and it would have created a fair bit of, a few contentious issues. Code Black, Greg Sugars, Rishi, Mickey Bellman, the smoking up sprint. Could he be a fairy tale story and a swooper in the Victoria Cup? Tam Major, Darryl Douglas, good to see Dasher back. Hurricane Harley, Amanda Turnbull. The emergency major times, Jodie Quinlan if it gets a start. Cruz Bromack, Chris Alford. As you said at the start of the show, Rock, it's a stellar field. Mm-hmm. I think we're probably, you know, you may choose differently. I think we're both in Lochinvar Art's corner. It looks the leader on paper, but it's going to cop some heat, you know.
Well, I've looked at it so many times today while I was doing some notes and stuff, and Balraj isn't going to come out slowly. It'll hold the lead.
Balraj is the leader. It's got a hand up.
Yeah, it'll hand up, but he won't just hand up to the first horse that comes there.
Yeah.
He'll hand up to the one that he thinks will take him right into that sprint lane in the last lap. And I don't know who that's going to be. Lochinvar Art is very, very quick out, but as Dave Moran said, he hasn't really taken him out at speed. But the other two out wide, Cash and Flow and King of Swing, that's all they know.
Yeah.
And they'll be going for it in that first turn. So
I think the quickest begin is King of Swing on the front line.
Yeah.
You know, Outer Orlando does begin quick too, but he
is well clear. He is like Berger Paints. He just keeps on keeping on. The picket fence gets bigger and he'll win his 12th consecutive race.
you know, he's drawn right alongside.
Yep.
When the speed's out wide and King of Swing, and you saw Anthony Butt, there was a story today, you know, the front line will be coming out swinging, you know, and they will, because if King of Swing gets to the top, you know, I can't see it, but if he gets to the top, the race is nearly all over, you know, the way he's been going.
Yeah.
I couldn't see Lochinvar Art sitting outside King of Swing, but I can't see King of Swing sitting outside Lochinvar Art.
no.
The horse that does come right into play is Balraj. We've seen it peel off. I think it ran 25-6 at Menangle when it sat on King of Swing and beat him. You know, if it sits on Lochinvar, it's not going to sit Code Bailey. It's going to hold Code Bailey and Bling It On, right? So it's either Lochinvar Art. Lochinvar Art holds out of Orlando. Cash and Flow's a good beginner, but King of Swing's probably quicker. So the leader's either Lochinvar Art and King of Swing. The first one there obviously gets the front because David Moran's not going to let King of Swing keep rolling, you know, if he's not in front.
What does Craig Cross having 5 on the front row mean to you? How's that play out?
Yeah, it's a major hand going into the race, but he can't afford to hold the front with Balraj, with Lochinvar Art in the middle, with King of Swing 3 wide, with Cash and Flow trying to get forward. You know, does it end up? Balraj it's a weapon. Leaders back.
Yep.
So I see it's got to hand up to Lochinvar Art because it's got to let Cash and Flow and King of Swing get to the one wide line. Likewise,
Hard is replaced from Bling It On, and they're clear of pitch perfect, but it's King of Swing in front. 100 left to go. Well, there was a minor abdication last time he raced. He finished second, but he's going to be back on the throne tonight.
if King of Swing gets across, he's going to let Balraj go. So Balraj's leader's back. You know, I think everyone sees that. How much speed does it bring one of Emma Stewart's into the race? Like a Code Black. A Code Black's going to be 3 fence, and it is super fast. Like, it's the quickest finisher out of all these, just about. And it can peel off a very quick furlong. Is it the blowout? Not the blowout horse, because it's well in the market.
It's well in the market.
Is it the swooper, you know?
I think it'll be 3 fence.
Yeah. But it's got the speed to win from 3
And,
fence.
and you couldn't get a better spot in a major race with speed on for that horse. He will sit there and do nothing, no matter what the speed is. He'll be suited by it.
Yeah.
If they let Lochinvar take the lead 400 metres after the start, then the build up to the race has disappeared in 400 metres because it will win.
Yeah.
They can't. So to me, Balraj has got to hold the lead for 700 before it hands over to Lochinvar if they're serious about beating it.
But then you got King of Swing 3 wide, King of Swing and Clash and Flows 3 wide, 4 wide for 700.
They may well be. They may well be. Or one of those might come out slower like they did at its last start where King of Swing just came out.
I know you're
and
trialling
took
you're going to trial Zoom interviews on here in coming weeks. It would have been good to have Luke McCarthy sitting here or
Would
go
be.
across himself and ask what the actual plan. Now, they wouldn't have said much, but I'd actually like, and we can sit here and pull the race to pieces. We're not the experts. There's many more that talk more professionally about it than us. We're just giving our views. Yeah, Rocky Butterworth. But I'd love to sit around. I'd love the phone call. Now, no doubt the instructions come from Luke. He's got to ring 5 of them.
Yeah.
This is plan A, B, and C. Does he get them on one phone conference and
Zoom.
say boys, listen, boys and girls, listen in. This is the plan. This is how we're going to beat Lochinvar. This is how we're going to beat Emma Stewart. Like, it's an amazing battle of tactics. I'm really looking forward to it. You know?
Me too, because Ride High has taken Emma and Clayton out of the conversation.
Not that.
Hurricane Harley, if it gets
Beat
enough,
Lochinvar.
if it gets enough helmets to follow and can zig and zag, it can win.
Yeah.
If the speed's on. All right? Code Black can certainly win if the speed's on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm probably hoping,
And we're discounting 2 horses that ran 1-2 in the Smoking Up Sprint last week.
Well, that's right.
One's emergency, but yeah.
Off the second row, they're my major chances are Code Black and Hurricane Harley. And that's why I guess I'm hoping that the speed's on for that 600-700 metres at the start. Will it be? Don't know, but I can see it certainly happening that way. Because as I said, if they're serious in such a race with this sort of prize money, you can't just hand up to a $2.50 favourite and expect to beat it.
So I'm sitting here going, right, now keep in mind Lochinvar 2 weeks ago, Code Bailey was scratched from the race.
Yep.
He was scratched from the Smoking Up Sprint.
Yep.
He would have gone around a second favourite and scared Right High probably wins.
Yep.
I'm sitting here just trying to work out my numbers for the race in what order. How do you have, and I'm not being silly, I can't, you can pick a winner. I'm going, all right, okay, you put Balraj to win, the leader's back, gets the gun run, Lochinvar to get pipped on the post. This is just me thought, King of Swing 3rd, because if it doesn't get to the front, it's going to be somewhere. Cash and Flight on its ability, it's going to be... That's making Code Black finish 5th from 3 fence, which won't happen. You'd think it'll finish closer than that. Hurricane Harley, who's very quick, finishing 6th, and Code Bailey, who was second favourite basically if it started in the Smoking Up Sprint, finished 7th.
You got up for 7th from barrier 2.
From barrier 2. How do you do your numbers? Honestly, yeah.
I mean, that part of it, Code Bailey, if there is 3 or 4 up there.
But it could well be 4 or 5 pairs back. It could be, barrier 2 might not be the great draw for it.
There won't be 4 or 5 pairs back if there's 4 of them in front of him going for it.
Yeah.
A couple of them got to go back eventually.
Yes.
Anyway,
interesting race. Rocky, we've got to give our numbers. We've talked enough smack about
it. We have.
Your numbers.
Well, I haven't got the numbers written down here, but the winner for me is Code Black.
Yep.
Second, I'm saying Hurricane Harley.
Whew.
And third, Lochinvar.
Okay. So, Craig Cross, don't come across the border because you're not right. Top 3. I'll go the way of Lochinvar. I've been in his corner and I'm not with the favourite. It'd be rude of me not to because I've been in his corner for 3 months in the build up to the clash with Ride High. So I've got to go that way. Balraj for second. He's going to get the best run of the race. I think whether he's in front, he's not going to be. He's going to be a leader's back.
Yep.
And 3, I'm going to go Code Black. I just think And that's taking out the picture of King of Swing.
So you've just done leader behind leader behind leader.
I just think that's time and time after again at Melton, you see it play out very well. You know, and you're going to Barrett. They're all got speed. You know, so I'm banking on Lochinvar to hold on, and the others to get a tough run, and the speed horses to run into the place.
And I'm banking on a ride up the front for about 1,000.
and you're coming around 3 wide. I'm putting the fence, and you're the widest run. We must talk. We must get on to some proper news, and that is rumour or humour, Rocky. But good little preview of the Victoria Cup. Certainly looking forward to the way that plays out. Rocky, this is the part of the segment that we normally kick off with. We've interrupted rudely with the Victoria Cup.
We did.
It's a time where you just shock all. I actually haven't read your page of notes on rumour or humour this week because I want to hear it firsthand. What do you got?
Well, the first one I've heard, and I believe the letter goes out next week as one of the ways that we're going to promote harness racing in South Australia in the future, is there's so many horses at the moment around Australia, so it's going to be an invitation race.
Yeah.
Once the COVID lifts, and they're going to bring in horses with just first names of humans.
Right.
Right. So I know, Jason Adams, you are going to get an invite for Dennis. Eddie, Steve
Eddie's in.
Yeah, he's getting an invite.
Simon's in.
Jake, so that's our South Australian
Contingent.
Yeah. Robbo.
Over
in New South Wales now, but he'll find his way back here for the race. They're going to invite a trotter. Doug, he's coming over. Arthur Lowe, you probably don't know Arthur Lowe. Arthur Lowe was Captain Mannering in Dad's Army, mate. Your dad will know about that one.
I'm out.
So Arthur Lowe, I have heard that Clary up in Queensland might get a gig, and Laurie from Western Australia.
Now, there's just absolutely no rumour in that. That's humour, because Rocky.
That's true.
No,
Jimmy Jakes, he said
he's going to call it.
Yeah, he's going to call it.
Can we get him to just do a phantom call? Because that'll never happen.
And he said he's going to get, he's going to talk to the Royal Society for the Blind just to get people used to it. Going to bring them out there and tell them they're at a horse race and listen to the commentary, and they're going to think they're at the Olympic Games for the 800. So I think it's got merit. I think it'll get a lot of people to the track. And I can just imagine Jimmy's call with those sorts of horses in the race. Who would win that?
Mate, that is just ridiculous.
Simon.
Even our producers behind there are saying you're loopy.
That's true.
Mate, I want to know, I asked you to do one thing today for me.
Yeah.
You didn't even return my call, and you got enough time in your notes to search through the list of fields and horses around Australia and find horse names that are human
I didn't have to do that, mate. I got told.
Moving on. Next one, please. Give us something.
Well, my rumour for the week, mate, is that both the clubs, SAHRC and HRSA, they're at an impasse, aren't they, regarding this land sale and the proceeds and information that's going on, the show cause letter, and communications now are so poor that the non-renewal of the office rent was relayed in a one-line email. Mm-hmm. That just said we're not renewing our lease. That's after however long they've been in that building, maybe 45, 50 years. So we're an industry that's desperate for good news, mate. We just need to find a story that the media wants to report on that is going to give us good news instead of the last 4 or 5 articles that I've seen in the papers have been negative about the infighting, about the debts not being paid. Now, we have a bit of fun with it. We talk about it here as well, but it's not funny at the end of the day that things seem to have disappeared again. Mm. You know, it was front and centre 4 weeks ago. Where's the money? Can we know what GIC's up to? You know, what's happening with Globe Derby Park? What about the track upgrade? All these things have just been pushed away, and if we were talking transparency, industry participants should keep asking these questions, and we're not. And I just think that we need to find a positive story, even if we make one up, and get a deal done with the advertiser that maybe give them a sign as long as they write one good story a month about harness racing in South Australia. Agree?
I agree. I just think
It's got to happen.
I don't know how it can, but anyway, I know rumour, but there's your rumour for the week.
Yep.
Moving on. I
Yes.
got no comment on it. Driver of the week.
Driver of the week.
Now, new sponsor on board here. We've actually had a couple of people jump at wanting to sponsor this after announcing that what we were going to do last week. But
Yep.
you're going to open up with a previous winner just to reward him for his efforts
Yeah, a
this
bit
week.
of,
So let's,
you know, we'll go back and do a retrospective award.
in fairness, so this week it's going to be brought to us every week by Brenton Rooney at the Castle Tavern, Edwardstown. So Roon's great to come on board. He's kindly donated a $50 bottle shop voucher to our driver of the week winner. So you can buy whatever you want in store. So that's a carton of beer, and if for those that live further north, you'll jump in and get them their carton or whatever of choice. So, but it's ideally we want people to get down there and support Brenton and his team at Castle Tavern at Edwardstown. And it's against a bit of a drive down for those north. But
so we'll definitely do it for them. We'll go and buy it, and they can pick it up from here the next time we have it, or you at the races, whatever.
So we're going to reward our inaugural winner since bringing this back this week with Ryan O'Horick. So you haven't chosen a driver of the week this week. We're going back in time. He actually messaged me the other day and said, "Oh, thanks, thanks for announcing me as driver of the week." And he didn't think he'd drive a winner or a good one for the next 12 months. Now we've got the prize on it, so it's only fair that we've opened up the first voucher and award to him.
Well, it was that drive that made you think of doing this award, and I've got to say to Runes, a big thank you, mate, because I did that deal in world record time. I reckon I said g'day to him, and I said, I haven't got time, mate, and know you're busy because it was 5 o'clock swill time.
Yeah.
And it took me 20 seconds to say, this is what we want to do, and he said, I'm in.
Yeah.
So he's been terrific for us, and we'll make sure that from now on our participants can win something each week. And the $50 voucher, I think, is a pretty good start. So.
Yeah, no, it is. It's something. And Ryan O'Horick, we're going to take it, the replay of your drive here. Back in time a couple of weeks, Dancing Finn when it beat Artillery. We said 11 out of 10. Have a look at it for yourself, the closing stages.
Now it comes to crunch time. 450 metres to go. 29.9 that second section. 60.7. Major Reason quickly joined by Artillery, and now Soho Bob's coming with a good burst of speed. Dancing Finn right on the back of Soho Bob. Took the shortcuts, ready to come to the outside. Artillery goes to the lead. Challenged by Soho Bob. Dancing Finn, she's coming 3 and 4 wide. The Sneaky Fox just behind those. On the inside, Artillery out wide. Dancing Finn. She's coming quickly and out the outside. Dancing Finn, Artillery's kicking back. He's kicking back strong. Here's the finish. Artillery or Dancing Finn, nearly.
So Ryan, put your order in, mate. Send us a message. We'll get a carton to you on the weekend of your choice with the first $50 bottle shop voucher from Castle Tavern. It's
I
all
tell you
yours.
what I did see though.
What's that?
This little fella drove a bloody nice race on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got beat.
Did you know he had two changes of colours?
Yeah.
Right? And then he rolls up and he's got he's got no colours on. He just went up to watch the race on the hill. He said. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he sat next to me for the first race, and he had to go down and get his gloves because he's a bit cold. Ryan, buy him some new gloves, mate. 3 of the fingers had holes in them.
Anyway, we're looking forward to now this segment, mate.
Yep.
This is what people come for. It's Tommy's impact on the racing segment. They all stop. They all sort of just fast forward through to the end. It's Leroy the Lizard.
Yep.
Leroy, now, last week we reported he was residing at your place.
Yep.
He'd taken over the Butterworth Resort out the back.
Yeah, Rocks Resort.
Rocks Resort, sorry.
Yep.
He thought he was in 5-star accommodation until you threatened to kick him out if he didn't tip your winner. And he stood up.
He
and
did.
You still kicked him out.
No, school started.
Oh, he had to go back home.
Yeah. So he got a $1.80 on change up last week, so good on him. Had enough money because they had to get back home at Crystal Brook. He had enough money. He hired himself.
He had Chambers meeting Tuesday morning.
He hired a motorbike for himself
Yeah.
and push bikes for the wife and kids to get home. So there's nothing he won't do for that family.
No,
mate.
no, he's good.
So He got home, 2 hours, and the kids got home next day.
Yeah.
Missed a day's school because
at least he had the job's done at home.
yeah, he got the jobs done. He's found a new one.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What?
only 1 day a week.
What is it?
Sperm bank donor.
Where do you get
reckon-
that from?
He told me. He said I can do that twice a day and make 500.
More money to pump with.
Yep. So be careful.
What's he gone this week?
Not a bad job too, by the way.
What's
He'd
he
be
gone
good at
this?
it.
What's he gone this week, Rock?
This week, sticking to the 1-bet policy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Race 1.
Race 1 again. And
He's going with our driver of the week.
he is. He's not driving it though.
No.
Son of Racing.
Yep.
First up, last start. I think it sat in the death for a fair portion of the race. The second horse had every chance to run it down and couldn't. He'll win on Saturday night comfortably.
There you've heard it first from Leroy. There's his winner, or there's his 1-bet policy for the week.
Yep.
Horses to follow, Rock, thanks to MGA Insurance, life insurance to income protection. MGA Insurance are your one-stop shop there. Our horses to follow for this week, mate.
Well, we'll go back to last week. We got 3 from 3. 3 from 3 last week, mate, with a $5.25 multi. So that wasn't a bad bet. Interesting program this week, isn't it? You saw the fields. There's not necessarily big fields, but every race there's more than 1 or 2 hopes in there. There's some races that are wide open, so I think it's a good meeting to have a bet on for value. But this week I've gone for race 3, number 6, Simon. Jake and Danny combination. Had no luck last start. Galloped for that 20 or 30 metres and dropped a knee boot, so he needs to find a spot again. I think he's not
Went
drawing.
good though, got home good.
Yeah, got home really well. So I think Simon, I keep saying it, change up, but he just keeps on winning, mate, and he goes off the second row this time.
It's an interesting discussion. It's a 3-year-old, like it's going to be primed for that Southern Cross time.
Yeah,
Racing these older
it just
horses
gets better. Yeah. And because of the second row, and it's gone up a fair bit in class compared to the last couple of starts, so you should get at least a 2 in the price there somewhere, $2.40, $50 maybe if you're lucky.
Yep.
And Joe's a character will beat Emain Macca in the last race. Wayne's obviously showing his loyalty to Greg and jumped back on Emain Macca there. And it's got a very, very good chance. But I think Joe's a character is probably a bit more match hardened to get him in that race as well.
There's your horses to follow multi for this Saturday night. Race 3, number 6, Simon. Race 4, number 9, Change Up. Race 7, number 4, Joe's a character. Love it, Rock. It's been another good little show.
Yeah, good fun.
And looking forward to coming weeks, getting Stephen Norman on as well. Also, we're trying to work on something with Botra to get a panel together in coming weeks with talking about breeding 2-year-old and 3-year-old racing. So we've already got, we're trying to do something similar to what we did with the handicapping round table, for them when we had Wayne, Chris Hartwick, Ryan and Toby on. So I think Lisa Cav, she's a walk-up start already. She wants in. Stephen Norman's going to be on the panel. And just working with Botra to try and get a couple others as well. So we've got that to look forward to in coming weeks, viewers. Really looking forward to that, Rock, to talk about just to try and start some momentum with that 2-year-old and 3-year-old discussions like we did last time. It certainly got a few people talking last time. So.
As long as you don't argue with Lisa, I'm thinking.
It's time to go.
I have heard that she's started fighting empty house.
It's time to go. Thanks for joining us this week, Rock. Lisa, she won't like you, mate. Thanks, viewers. We'll see you this time next week. Hopefully we can find you a winner in the meantime.